If you want to build a playmaking glass cleaner in NBA 2K21 next gen, like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds. If not, you might build a mid-range playmaker. I wouldn't risk it. Yo, YouTube, it's your boy Premier, back today with another banger. And in today's video, we're going to be going over how to build a playmaking glass cleaner in NBA 2K21 next gen. First things first though, smash that like button if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and make sure to turn them post notifications on so you don't miss the next banger. Now, getting straight into this video, make sure to watch this video all the way through if you want to build a playmaking glass cleaner. It took me a few times of doing this to get it right. Make sure to watch this full video all the way through. If you mess up one of the attributes, anything, you're going to end up probably making a different build, so please pay attention. And for the position, a lot of people probably think small forward, something like that. No, this year it's very simple. Power forward produces the best builds in the game. It's not even close. Whatever jersey, handed number, it's all up to you. Let's go ahead and move on to the height. For the height, it really is up to you as well. I've seen people make a playmaking glass cleaner all the way from 6'8" to 6'10". It is purely preference. 6'7" is the best version of a power forward. But if you want the name playmaking glass cleaner, I have personally only seen it from 6'8" to 6'10". But I'm sure if you really wanted, you could get it at 6'7". Me, I ended up going 6'8". That way you can speed boost. It's the tallest player that gets access to the pro dribble moves. But when you're looking here at this weight, if you want to keep the 95 strength, which is purely up to you, stay at that 239. Me, I always drop my builds down to 211 pounds. There's no difference from going minimum at 210 to 211. It's just a signature thing I like to do. For the wingspan though, if you want to get pro dribble moves at 98 overall, stay here at 7'4" on the wingspan. I ended up going 7'6" on my wingspan. If you want kind of the best of both worlds, attribute wise, 7'5" is not bad on the wingspan. But me, having a 6'8" player that can speed boost with 7'6" arms is absolutely insane. I gotta go with the 7'6" wingspan. For the body shape, I really feel there should only be like 3 different debates here: built, defined, or like a compact, slight, something along those lines. You can really see the difference. Defined, in my opinion, is the best overall body shape if you want to play like a center slash guarding ISO slash ISOing. So defined is a really good body shape, has some of the closest shoulders and longest arms. Next, for the attributes, go ahead and raise the driving dunk all the way up to an 86. I know you're gonna be like, oh, 86, why not go ahead and max it out here to 95? But in order to make a playmaking glass cleaner, you have to only upgrade the driving dunk to an 86. I have tested it. Any higher and it changes the build's name. Only upgrade the driving layup there to a 70. And for the standing dunk, get that 5th and final finishing badge here and go 71 on the standing dunk. Same thing as we move on to the shooting. A lot of people just off of instinct are gonna want to upgrade this mid-range to an 86, but if you upgrade it to an 86, I'm pretty sure it does not come out as a playmaking glass cleaner. So 82 there on the midi, 81 on the 3-point shot, and then you want to at least minimum have 12 shooting badges. It's going to be harder to shoot with 12 shooting badges. I know a lot of people are going to want to upgrade this here to get the 14, but I'm telling you, in order for it to be called a playmaking glass cleaner, that's the way you have to do the shooting badges. But from here, it's on to the playmaking. Max out your ball handle, max out your speed with ball, and if you want, you can go ahead and look here at the 27 playmaking. I know it is very tempting. It's just what you want to do with this build, but if I'm not mistaken, it ends up messing up the attributes. I did end up going back here in this video, but we'll end up fixing the playmaking badges here in a second. Move on to the defense, max out that perimeter D, only upgrade your steal to an 86, and then max out your block, offensive and defensive rebounding. Next, it's on to those physicals, max out the speed, max out the acceleration, max out the vertical, and then you're going to see why I ended up having to mess around with some of the badges. I know it would be so nice to have 27 playmaking, 29 defense and rebounding, having one of the demigod versions of this build, naming it a playmaking glass cleaner. But if I'm not mistaken, I did not find a way that was possible that did not end up messing up the attributes. What I ended up doing for this build, I ended up going back up to the playmaking and dropping down the playmaking, dropping the pass accuracy in particular down to 25 playmaking badges. that is plenty. You get Hall of Fame Dimer, Hall of Fame Special Delivery, Hall of Fame Bullet Passer, and any other badges you might end up needing. And then from there, I ended up going back down to the stamina, upgrading that stamina all the way to an 88. 88 vert, 88 stamina is pretty nice. You can mess around with this if you want. You can drop down the vertical. You can try to mess around with the pass accuracy, maybe mess around with the defensive a little. It's really up to you and what you want to do with this build, how many badges you're okay with having, how many attributes, how you want your physicals balanced out. It is all preference at the end of the day. But what I ended up doing, I ended up deciding to keep this exactly how it is. 2K Labs did a breakdown on the stamina. Those few extra points of stamina really doesn't matter there. On to the takeover though. A lot of the top reps, a lot of the people you see with this build are going with the team ratings boost. It does kind of sting that you do not get access to the shot creator takeover for the maxed out version of this build. Being able to speed boost, pro dribble moves, fading, you know, that would be so OP. But once again, you do not get access to the shot creating takeovers. So in my opinion, if you're worried about shooting, look at the limitless, look at the spot up precision here. Spot up precision gives you a boost when you come off a dribble and set your feet, not just off the catch and shoot. But what I ended up deciding to do, and what a lot of people decided to end up doing, teams ratings boost, because a lot of the times when you're playing with this build, you're going for rep. And if you end up doing that as your first takeover, it's almost right. It's just too good to be true. Team badge boost and team rating boost, having team takeover, you literally cannot lose if you get that. And as you see, you have built a playmaking glass cleaner similar to Chris Webber, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Anthony Davis. This build is a demigod. It gets elite contact dunks at 99. This is hands down by far one of the best rep grinding builds there is in the game. And let me go ahead and show you the best badges for this build. Gold posterizer here on the finishing is almost a no-brainer. Next, you can look at silver heat seeker, silver fearless, silver slithery is probably what I'd end up doing. You can honestly look at silver lob city as well. If you're not really going to be dribbling the ball, going in the paint, isoing, I'm going to end up doing silver slithery. That's just me. Now for the shooting, Hall of Fame blinders, Hall of Fame deep threes you cannot get, which kind of stinks. Gold blinders, gold deep threes, gold hot zone hunter, and silver hot shot is what I'd end up doing with that Hall of Fame blinders. But you can look at the all gold option as well. You could even take off hot shot if you're not a fan of it. If your teammate's already running special, you could still end up getting team takeover in like 3 or 4 shots if I'm not mistaken. Look at the catch and shoot aspect of things there. You can really play around with those shooting badges. I just recommend you keep blinders, hot zone hunter, and deep threes as high as possible. Now, onto the playmaking. Hall of Fame bullet, Hall of Fame quick first step, Hall of Fame special delivery, at least bronze bailout, Hall of Fame dimer, Hall of Fame, oh, that's tough. You cannot get Hall of Fame ankle breaker. At least get the gold unpluckable. From here, you almost run out of playmaking badges. You could look at like gold handles for days, silver unpluckable, maybe bring down the dimer, rock the Hall of Fame handles for days. You could even look at gold unpluckable, silver dimer. There's really a little bit of play around. I mean, honestly, silver dimer, is that even needed? Go ahead and upgrade the unpluckable to Hall of Fame. Maybe throw that extra bronze badge on like the needle threader. You could even look at floor general. It's really just preference and how you want to do your build. You know, you could do the gold dimer there once again, but I like the floor general for this build. That way your teammates still get an attribute boost and you don't even have to pass them the ball. Gold floor general, that's a solid badge setup there for the playmaking. I think that's what I ended up doing. Gold clamps though, Hall of Fame interceptor, Hall of Fame intimidator, Hall of Fame rebound chaser, Hall of Fame pickpocket, Hall of Fame rim protector. Then you only have 5 more Hall of Fame ankle braces, and then you just run out of badges here on the defensive. I really wish this build got more defensive. This build will be a demigod at Legend. 38 defensive badges. Playmaking glass cleaner build is so OP. But honestly, if you're not really the biggest fan of Hall of Fame pickpocket, Hall of Fame interceptor, they're honestly not needed. It really depends on your playstyle. For the casual player, I'd recommend Hall of Fame box out, and those are the best badges I recommend for this build. I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think of the build down below. Let me know if you think it's a dub. Let me know if you think it's an L, and let me know what build or what video y'all would like to see next. That's all though for today's video. If you watch this video all the way through, if you're a loyal, I'd love to know who my loyals are. Drop cyan down below. Like the video if you haven't already. Comment down below. Subscribe if you're new. Turn the post notifications on. It's your boy Premier, and I'm out. Peace.
It's getting hard to keep composure. They keep trying me. I came from nothing, now they bumping my songs overseas. I remember when I first started, they